when this person switches in and out of personalities, it usually has to do with like some type of flashing bright light or whatever. And I see that element being infused here. That's just going to be a really fun scene. It's going to be like a compilation put together.
Well, yeah.
When people do like celebrity impressions.
Well, and it's gonna, alleviate all the gripes from people who during Split were like, I didn't see enough of his personality.
You said there were 23, and we only saw like 6. What the hell?
6 to 8, maybe.
We're gonna get all 23 in one montage.
There's at least one in there I didn't recognize from before.
Play some quirky ass music when it's going over. Hey, Reject Nation, Greg Alba here.
John Olds!
So we are going to do a review now for the Glass trailer, a little experimentation here. If you didn't see our reaction, you can go ahead, check that out. Link in the description box and whatnot. In the meantime, let's move on to right where we are. I can't tell if the trailer reveals too much or if the trailer just put in a lot of things in different orders of events. Because at the end of Split, David Dunn is learning who... Not Kevin McAllister. Whatever his name is.
Kevin something.
Yeah.
Just remember his name is Kevin.
He learns who he is, and then he bumps into him. They have that scene that you see in the last trailer too. And it looks like that there he's hunting him down. And then what I'm thinking, because the way the trailer makes it play out is that they break out and they're fighting each other. That's when he has the kidnapped girls. And then David Dunn shows up to save the day. But I have a feeling that's all going to take place beforehand. They go into the like asylum.
Hospital place. Yeah, because she says that thing about like you got 2 new friends joining you and stuff like that. So yeah, that really makes me wonder if especially some of the like more sinister Kevin stuff. Like it seems like, when he's like galloping on all 4s and stuff, that seems like a later on in the movie kind of thing to me. But when he's got the cheerleaders and all that.
There's so much more action in this trailer than there is in any of Split or Unbreakable. There's so much strength on display here. The amount of smashing, picking up stuff, breaking stuff. There's a lot of action in here. If any one of the 3 films earns the right to do that, it's this one. Also, I like how this trailer was very Samuel L. Jackson Glass centered. The big excitement has been David Dunn and Kevin going up against each other. And then Glass is kind of in the center of it all. But this one really shows that he's the mastermind, and it kind of makes you wonder, is this some type of plan he's sort of been working up his sleeve, Unbreakable, he's obviously sentenced. It seems like this could be something that was sort of in the works. They even have that image where he's looking through the comic, The Beast. Because in the first Unbreakable movie, all the information you learn, the guy is a mastermind.
And a comic book expert.
Put the 2 together.
You got a perfect real-life comic book villain. His motivations for, breaking them out are a bit more than just, I want to do evil stuff. It's like, the world is going to recognize us. And we're going to make a spectacle of this to get people's attention.
Exactly. And I don't know much about DID.
Dissociative identity disorder?
I'm not an expert. I didn't take a psychology course.
I did.
But I have.
Just for this trailer.
But I have been watching Iron Fist Season 2, which has a character that suffers from DID. Similarly, like when this person switches in and out of personalities, it usually has to do with like some type of flashing bright light or whatever. And I see that element being infused here. That's just going to be a really fun scene. It's going to be like a compilation put together. When people do like celebrity impressions.
Well, and it's going to, alleviate all the gripes from people who during Split were like, I didn't see enough of his personality.
You said there were 23, and we only saw like 6. What the hell?
6 to 8, maybe.
We're going to get all 23 in one montage.
There's at least one in there I didn't recognize from before.
Play some quirky ass music when it's going over. I think that's the same woman who played Sam Jackson's mom in the first one. I like how she has that line in there where she's like, they always underestimate the mastermind. She's always been someone who felt that her son was misunderstood and had to look out for him because he was born with this condition where his body's made of glass.
Glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs, and every evening I break both my arms. SpongeBob.
In a weird way, it seems like she's kind of rooting for him to win.
Well, and that line...
It's very obvious they break out.
Yeah.
If anything was made clear in this trailer,
This is an interesting one because I can't tell... I think you touched on this earlier in the video. like, I can't tell how revealing or not this is, but one thing that makes me hope it's not overly revealing is that line, actually, because the movie's called Glass. It says people always underestimate the mastermind, so I'm hoping that there's something to this more than just, the breakout and the ultimate fight, because, and it's Shyamalan, he always goes for some kind of twist.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of surprises.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, the word grounded is kind of thrown around a little loosely these days. And I'm kind of hoping, because there's a lot of more action in this trailer than I expected there to be. Because for some reason, the one thing I didn't really anticipate for this movie was action. Because
not like tons.
Because Unbreakable and Split don't really have action in there, but it would make sense that there's action here. I'm hoping that M. Night Shyamalan sticks true to like every action moment being well justified and having the kind of an emotional stakes as opposed to I'm making a cool comic book movie. Yeah, because Unbreakable and Split are in this universe of, Glass's mindset of comic book characters are real. People with supernatural abilities are real, but the movies don't feel like a comic book, where this trailer felt more like a comic book than the last one did.
Yeah, and the word grounded does get thrown around a lot, but I do feel like this is a good series to use that with, because it seems like it takes place in a more human version of the world, a world where even if the physics are heightened by their powers and whatnot, the most outlandish thing I saw in this trailer is when he's crawling up the walls. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get too big or
I'm just hoping it doesn't become Beast versing David Dunn in a brawl throughout a lot of this movie.
A whole lot.
Because I'm like, what made those two movies so great was the character studies of both characters. I wouldn't want to lose that, and as well as Sam Jackson's Glass.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to lose any of that, the fun of him switching in and out of personalities. Will that really affect the way the plot is playing out in this movie? Or is he just in beast mode for most of it? That's kind of my one suspicion about it.
I mean, I really just hope that this is Glass's movie, to justify, there's going to be all three of their movie in a sense, but I do hope that Glass is the center.
And I think this trailer really went out of its way in its first 30 seconds to really show that no, this is going to be him at the center, him leading this thing. So my prediction is he'll get his wish by the end. I imagine he'll die, but I think he'll also be rewarded with the world learning the truth.
No, he's just going to ride around on Kevin's shoulders forever, and they're going to be the perfect dual, supervillain. It's going to be great.
It's got to be a shot where he's jumping and he's just riding him there.
Hi. If anybody knows After Effects or Photoshop out there, make it happen, turn it into a GIF, and I will be satisfied. The one thing that I haven't gotten from either of these trailers yet that I'm very curious about is what Anya Taylor-Joy's involvement is going to be, because I know that in the first movie they did at least hint that she has abilities too, and they keep showing her in these prominent moments, and I'm sitting here going, whoa, what's her deal?
I don't think she does anything.
I kind of am afraid that that's what's going to happen, but I don't know. They just spent so much time developing that character in the last movie, and hinting again.
She'll do something. I just don't know what it was going to be. And I feel like that's where the big surprise is probably going to be ahead of us. I feel like Sam Jackson's going to die, and I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy is going to play a bigger part than the trailers are leading us to believe. Right now they're selling us on all the hype and everything, and like we've touched on before, how we think maybe the trailers are misleading us in some fashion. In terms of how the structure of the film's going to go and how the plot's going to play out. I think that they're doing a great job at hiding Anya Taylor-Joy's performance, and I feel like Sarah Paulson, maybe her herself has some type of abilities as well. It's even though she's set up as this doctor who's I specialize in people who think they have superhero abilities. I think that there's something up her sleeve.
Maybe she's similar to Glass in a way where she's got something special about her, and she's no one's gonna buy this.
Yeah, she's the Nick Fury of this cinematic universe.
I just need to get you all together to study this.
And a couple of other things. I heard that David Dunn's kid is supposed to return for this one as well. He's nowhere in this trailer.
They're going to recreate the weightlifting scene. It's gonna be good. When he has to finally train to go out and fight Kevin.
Nods.
It's going to be nothing but unbreakable homages.
And also the music in this trailer is great. I think James Newton Howard did the music. I'm the worst.
I know that is true confidently.
Yeah, I believe he did the music for the first Unbreakable movie, and I think people really love that soundtrack. And I'm wondering if he came back for this one. That would be pretty cool. I don't remember the music all that well, but some of this sounded like the Unbreakable too.
Yeah, it definitely had a similar earmark, and it seems like they've been able to bring back so many of the people, over so much time from these, previous two movies.
Yes.
So I would not put it past them to have that.
I imagine there's probably a lot of jokes in the comment boxes for this trailer.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Professor X, Beast.
I mean, the thing
Nick
is, like,
Fury.
nowadays, like, everybody has a superhero across multiple franchises, across multiple studios.
The way it works, man.
Just, try on a new hat.
Yeah.
Why not? Tired of playing Professor X, either depressed or happy? Well, here, play 23 different people.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching along here. Are you excited for Glass? Do you have any of the same concerns, or do you have no concerns? Has all your faith in Shyamalan been restored because of one okay movie and one great movie? You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Please click that notification bell, because subscribe buttons don't do the trick as much as they used to. And you can check us on Patreon, TV show reactions, Q&As. We'd love to have you become a Patron today.